Hi guys, got a little conditioner on my head because I didn't want to sit under the dryer. I just washed my hair. But I just wanted to talk to you guys about um, being chosen. And if you are a chosen one, how God usually sets you apart, and how the separation, especially if you have an estranged relationship with your mother, as such as myself, the separation that the Lord does in your life from your mother, and a lot of the pain, the struggle, a lot of the hurt, and all the things that you may have endured, that that you might be like, you may feel like you may feel like it's a punishment. You may feel like, you know, um, you don't want to be here. Why did this happen to me? It's deliberate from the Lord. This is all by God's intentionality. This is from the Lord. He set you apart for a greater purpose. And the pain is deliberate. It's not pointless. It's deliberate. It serves for a divine preparation. It's to sharpen you. It's to strengthen you for a higher purpose. This is how God was is this is how God uses your situation, your pain, your hurt, the estrangement from, your mother, as a way to mold you, as a way to shape you, to mold you. It's a deliberate separation because you have a higher purpose. You have a higher calling over your life. This is to help you be resilient. This is to help you to rely on the Lord. It's not a punishment. It's not because you did something wrong. It's not, because the Lord hates you, and and it's not even that the Lord is not there with you. He's there the whole entire time. He's there the whole entire time. And it's actually deliberate. It's, again, because you have been chosen, set apart, because you're a warrior. A lot of the things that you go through and have gone through in life, it is to shape you, to make you stronger for this spiritual, divine calling that the Lord chose you for. This is all from the Lord. It keeps you from being confined to the world's standards. You're not supposed to be confined and or defined by the world, by your mother, by no one else but God. To be honest, your walk is similar to the walk of the Lord's, of Jesus's. Literally. The persecution that you endure, the lies that they told, the mistreatment, the disrespect, the hurt, the pain, it is similar to that of the Lord's. And just like he had a purpose, which was for a higher, preparation for us because of the sin that entered into this world, because the first Adam messed up. So the second Adam, which is the Lord, he came to show us in the physical realm so that we can get an actual live, where we can see example of how to be as humans, how he wanted us to live on this earth, how he created us on this earth. And some of us were chosen specifically for a purpose similar to that of Jesus's. And God did it. So it's not a punishment. It's not because God didn't love you or whatever. It's because God loved you. Like he loved his only begotten son, and he sent his son down here for our sakes. You are, similar to that, which is true. And and you're a warrior, because a lot of the things that you go through, your friends and other people that your family, your relatives, other people, they ain't going through that because they're not able to and or equipped to handle all that you go through. If you know that the stuff you go through, it, like I said, it's similar to the Lord's. The Lord's walk wasn't easy, and neither is yours. And your walk is similar to his. I got some notes. And you are sustained by God's love because the calling is great. And all of this is, again, God's doing. It's intentional. And it's because he has to be. He has to be the one to define you. You can't be defined by nobody else but the Lord. Nobody else. I remember being lost in this world because I didn't know who I was. And I can recall when I was younger, all the way up until probably my 20s, I used to always cry a lot, but in the shower, where nobody would know I was crying, nobody knew what was going on, I would cry a lot, and I would always ask myself, why am I here? Because I didn't know why I was here, because I can see the difference in how I was treated from the time I was born, from the time I got into this world, till now. I've always been treated differently. Always. Especially by my mother. It's always been estranged. Always been hurtful. Painful. And I used to... So that made me question, why am I here? I didn't want to be here. I was like, what am I here for? And it wasn't until, I got older, more or less when I got into the church, which I didn't get into church until my late 30s. And then after that, I got the teaching and I got the learning and I got the understanding. And when the pastor told me, you're chosen, the Lord chose you, I was looking at her like, why he choose me? I don't want to be chosen. You need to take this back. Take it back. I don't want this. What you talking about? Why he didn't choose this person, that person, this person? But it was because he knew my heart. He knew who I am, because again, he made me. And so he knew that I would do the work. He knew that I would be the one to take on the call. And so when you're going through, the persecution, the trials and tribulations, and when it just feels like it's one thing after another, after another, after another, more than likely you're chosen. If you notice that your life has been different from all of your family members, siblings, friends, whatever, you're more than likely a chosen one. If you read the Bible and you read the stories of how the Lord has been persecuted in all that he's gone through, and you're like, dang, I can relate to that. I can relate to this. I can relate to that. Dang. You're probably chosen. Because our walks are not like everyone else's. And people are going to look at you like you're crazy. People are going to talk about you. They're going to make fun of you. They're going to lie on you. They're going to mock you. They're going to persecute you. They're going to, try to take you out. Because they don't want you here. Just like they didn't want the Lord here. They didn't believe he was the Messiah. They was like, oh, he's lying. Who is he to tell us he's the Messiah? Because they was looking at him, or looking for the Messiah, I shall say, in a different form, from a different person, in a different way. Because they was looking for the Messiah to be on this throne with his crown and all this stuff, with his staff and all this, sitting on that big old throne and everything or whatever. And they wasn't looking for him to come as a carpenter. They wasn't looking for him to come as, being lowly or poor or whatever. They was like, what? Huh? Him? Nah, it must be a mistake. It got to be somebody else. And no matter what he's done to prove to them time and time again, they still didn't believe. And just like with you, you are going to go through so much stuff. And they may not believe, meaning your relatives, your family members, whomever, they may not believe that you're the chosen one. They may not believe that you're the one that's going to take them out of the generational curses and all of the dysfunctions and whatever it is that's in your family bloodline. The one that stand in the gap for your family, because that's what I'm doing, standing in the gap. It doesn't matter what they say, what they think, how they feel, if they believe it or not. I don't give a damn. I don't, because I know who I am, and I know that I was chosen for a higher purpose, for a higher calling. So that's why my walk has been so hard. Oh my God. What? Like I said, it's that of the Lord's. You could relate more to the Lord's, we're supposed to be ambassadors, representatives of the Lord, and we're supposed to be the light that shines in a dark world. And I know that I am that. People just come to me. People just cling to me. People just tell me their whole life story. People just pour their whole heart out to me. I just be sitting there listening. I give them words of encouragement. I actually pray for people, whether they know I'm praying for them or not. I remember I was taking the clients out when I had my job before COVID. We were taking them out, and I was taking them to the library. And this young girl came out of nowhere. She was probably in her like early 20s or something. And I had my clients, and I was getting them out the van, and I was, guiding them towards, the entrance of the library. And as I was the last one out, so I had to lock up the van and everything. When I walked on the sidewalk, I looked up. She just came. It looked like she came from out of nowhere, and I was like, and she said, "Can you pray for me?" And I looked like, how did she know? Like, she wanted me to pray for her? So I said, sure, yeah, I pray for her. And then after that, she left. I tell you, I don't even know where she went. I didn't even see her go. I don't know if she whatever. It was like she just vanished. And I was like, that was weird. Because out of nowhere, she came from out of nowhere. I didn't even know that, And then when I prayed for her and then she left, I said, where did she go? I didn't even see which direction she went. And I was all like, And then I didn't think nothing of it. But that's because the light on me. Because she didn't go to none of the clients. She didn't go to the other man or the woman that was right there. Or she didn't go up to the thing when the librarian was opening the door for us. She went to me. And it was like, because my light, my presence, the aura, the spirit of the Lord that surrounds me, that's in He, that is greater in me than He is in the world, that the God in me rose up in me, shone, and she said, oh, I want her to pray for me. Now, I don't know what she was going through. I just let the Lord use me. And I just prayed for her. I don't even remember what I prayed for, but I just know I prayed for her. And then that was that. But I was like, wow. And again, if you've gone through or are going through, where it feels like, oh my God, oh my gosh. You just feel like, what the heck? Do not fear. Get joyful, get glad, because you're chosen, you're a warrior. I'm telling you, the stuff that we go through, a lot of people, people will not be able to walk in our footsteps. I'm telling you that right now. For those who are not warriors, and for those of us who are warriors, those people who are not, they won't be able to walk in a warrior's footsteps. What? They're not equipped for that. The things that we go through in life is equipping us for a greater purpose, for a greater calling, and it's your job to find out what it is. That's when you build your relationship and your connection with the Lord. You get more into your word. You pray, you fast, you talk to God. You ask Him to stir up whatever gifts you got in us, because we all got gifts. We all got gifts. Ask Him to stir up those gifts in you so that He can use you with the gifts, because the gifts you have are for a reason. They're not for you. They're for other people. That's why I'm on here doing this video, to help you out, because this is what I have to do. This is part of the calling. And so, I hope you guys take heed to it and look into your own lives, and then examine yourselves, and then again ask God, what is your purpose? Because we all got a purpose, and it's up to us to know what that purpose is so it can be fulfilled while we're here on this earth. Because we ain't here for our own selves. We're here for other people. We are here for other people, to be honest. And so, yes. I just wanted to share that. Because I'll be writing down notes and I'll be taking notes and I'll be when I see something or hear something, because I get visions. I can hear the Lord be talking to me. I just get these feelings. You know, that's claircognizance, clairvoyance, clairaudience. And, you know, like, listen, there's more. There's like 8, you know, that, you know, aside from your regular senses, we have a lot of senses. We have gifts, you know. Some people are teachers. Some are prophets. You know, things of that nature. Some people could speak in tongues, you know. There's different gifts. Which one are yours? Speaking, encouraging. I'm on here encouraging you. That's a gift. You know, so I can only pray that you guys take heed to the encouragement. That you guys, you know, seek the Lord for yourselves. You know, and fulfill the purpose that He has, because He has a plan for your life. A plan to prosper you and to give you hope in a future. That's coming from Jeremiah 29:11. And I do a lot of writing. I've always did a lot of writing. I used to have journals. I used to have diaries when I was younger. I still have journals now. I do my journaling. See? So that I can remember. I get dreams. So sometimes I got to remember these dreams. Write them down. You know, He be talking. He be talking. And it'll be loud and clear. And I'm like, okay. And now, you know, I'm not going to lie. Not all the time. Not all the time do I be doing what He tell me to do. But, yeah, we're working on that. We're working on that. I'm just being honest. You know, hey, sometimes, you know, I be lazy. Or unmotivated. Unmotivated. You know, you got to watch your word. And see, I had to flip that. Unmotivated. Not lazy, but unmotivated. So, I had the motivation. I had the judge to like, let me give y'all some teaching, inspiration, encouragement. Yes, let me give y'all some of the things that I've been journaling that I understand. Because again, we're not on this earth for our own self. We're not on this earth just to do what we want to do. We have to fulfill the Lord's will for our lives. And everybody's life journey is different. So find out which one is for you, what your life journey is, and begin to start fulfilling it. Okay? So guys, if you like this if this video resonated with you, give me some thumbs up. Hey. Comment, okay? Comment, guys, so I can get in the algorithm. Like it so I can stay in the algorithm, so I can get on this thing and be like, here I am, Ty Talks, okay? So I can give you these videos. Okay? So I'm getting better at doing these things more consistently. I'm getting better. So, because I'm getting my motivation up. But you guys got to help me by liking, commenting, you know, sharing, you know, so you can help me in the algorithm. So it can get out to more and more people. Okay? So I hope you guys have a blessed day. And until next time, thank you for watching. And don't forget to like it, guys. Come on.